Hi and welcome to my latest project. It's a cremation urn for a friend's pet cat called Shaw. The design is in the Gothic style, resembling an old flame torch found fixed to the walls in a mausoleum. Here, I'm using almond and walnut shells with a small amount of copper pipe. I've created a new technique for reducing the amount of waste when using resin. It involves printing a mold 10% bigger than needed and arranging any adornment inside the mold before pouring the resin. By doing this, you can design the outside surface to what you want, avoiding any haphazard appearance. The cup of sand is designed to make a void within the mold to reduce the amount of turning required. Mistakes were made pouring the resin with the mold being upright, because quite a violent exothermic reaction occurred during the curing process, causing expansion and bubbling within the resin. On with the start of turning and removing the mold. The PLA printed mold is easily removed. You just can't believe it, can you? The inertia to turn the second chuck was just too much for the resin to cope with. Well, carry on. Think of the solutions, not the problems. That's my motto. I was right, there are a lot of expansion voids in this area. They will probably need filling with extra resin in the future, if they aren't removed during turning. I have a solution for the mistake that happened earlier. It involves cutting the end off at an angle, making another mold and filling it with red resin. That should look great when turned to a point. There are a couple of expansion voids here. It's very lucky there were only a few small ones on the rest of the turned surface. That looks great. This way I'll be able to align the centers for when it's put back into the lathe to finish the turning. Back in the lathe. Let's try and sort this end out. That's most of the voids gone now, only a bit of repair work and sanding left. Let's remove the mold and see what we have. Well, that's looking pretty good. I think I'm well pleased with that. That's a really good recovery. Two coats of resin, just to build up the surface before sanding. Automotive lacquer, to give a really shiny finish. Now, onto the lid. I made this blank that I'm going to use. It has a lovely pattern caused by the mica powder in the black pigment. It occurred to me, a great idea would be to do some off-center turning for the lid. Recently, I watched a video by Robbie the Woodturner, where he turns a sauraker shell, which was absolutely fab. So this is my version, and thanks to Robbie for the idea. You start off with a compass and draw a circle with its radius the same as how much your blank is going to be off-center. Then draw another circle from the center of the blank to the center of the offset circle. Next, set the compass to half the radius of the offset circle. Use this to mark off about 8 graticules. Then, draw a line from the center of the blank through each graticule to the edge of the blank. Follow this around on the outside rim of the blank. Draw a line from the first graticule across the front of the blank passing through the center. Attach a blank holder to a wooden faceplate with a circle cut out the same size as your blank, but offset by the amount used before to mark out the blank. Place the blank in the holder with graticule number 1 at the top, and glue the blank into position. Line up the tailstock with the blank, and mark the center. With the compass, mark the offset circle radius. Move the banjo into position, and make a mark for the edge of the circle onto the rest. With a very sharp tool, make a groove into the blank from the mark on the rest. Use the tool first to the left to make a trough, and then lightly to the right. When going to the right, be careful not to cause any damage. When you think your trough is correct, remove the glue, and move the blank onto position 2. And do the same all over again. Be careful from this time on, as it's difficult to see where you are cutting, making it easy to mess the whole thing up. Repeat this process until your troughs reach the edge of the blank. Well, that's it, we've reached the edge of the blank. So, some remedial action is needed. Luckily, I have something up my sleeve. Refit the blank back on the faceplate at Graticule 1, and I'll just turn out the center circle. If you like my video and my work, please consider subscribing, clicking the notification button, and sharing the video. I'm most grateful for you watching. Thank you. Right, this is what I had in mind. A small personalized nameplate. That's going to look great. Looks absolutely fantastic, if I don't say so myself. I've filled these 2 pipes with black resin about 12 hours ago. As you can see, the resin is still very flexible at this stage, and can be easily manipulated into a required shape and left to go hard. Usually about a day later. I've made this resin base for the stand, which has the most exquisite patination I've ever seen. If anybody knows why this has happened, please let me know in the comments. I don't want to mess up the resin pattern, so I'm only going to turn a rollover edge to the blank. If you have any questions you would like answering or would like to know more, please leave your comments below. Okay, that's fine. I'm struggling to get this piece into the shape I want. Resin, when sufficiently heated, becomes flexible again and can be fixed in shape by dunking in cold water. It's not easy when just guessing the shape. I had to reheat a number of times before I got the shape needed. Anyway, I got there in the end. This is the underside of the lid with my maker's logo. I used some magnets to create a lock. Wow! The whole thing in all its glory. If you like my video and my work, please consider subscribing, clicking the notification button, and sharing the video. I'm most grateful for you watching. Thank you.